Hello and welcome to Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub, ThePapare.com. We are live from the Sukatadasa Stadium here in Colombo for the third and final game in this Dialog Champions League 2018 Week 13 here at the Sukatadasa Stadium between Red Stars FC and Air Force SC. A home match for Red Stars, which was shifted to Colombo from Kalutara due to unavoidable circumstances. Late fixture change here. But a good number of Red Stars fans have made their way from Darga town. Red Stars in their white and the Air Force in their all black kit. Red Stars coached by Mohammad Ramiz, who is also a player in the starting 11. They've done well so far in this tournament. After getting promotion last year, a couple of weeks back, they were fighting for the championship. Now dropped down a little, but they are still in with a chance. All to play for here at the Sukatadasa Stadium. Red Stars in their final team huddle.
Fans are flooded in both from Durga Town as well as supporters for Air Force this evening. Air Force a full-time football club, whereas Red Stars comprised of gentlemen that work as well as play football. It's Red Stars starting things early off in this match, but Air Force in possession, number 7 off the right flank. Air Force with a big blow, a crossing towards the center which was not intercepted by the man they wanted. And it's Red Stars on the ball. Big crossing read well by the Air Force team. Team Air Force will definitely challenge the stamina of this newly elected league team Red Stars. This is the Premier League, quite a new environment, new atmosphere for them. But this is where the big boys come to play. And Red Stars proved themselves in the previous league, which led them to be here. And they're putting up a fight against Air Force this evening, letting everyone know that they too deserve a position in this league. Fans from Durga Town reacting at every call the referees keep giving. The passion that drives this team Red Stars is heightened this evening. Free kick taken by the striker of Red Stars. Dropped in beautifully. Sadly intercepted by Air Force. That could have been a goal for Red Stars to mark their opening in this league, but the goalkeeper of Air Force defending it bravely. Ball called in favor of Red Stars. The Red Stars defense trying to draw in. Air Force moves it up to midfield. However, Air Force gains possession. The left flank is where Air Force dominates. Red Stars back with the ball. Air Force chasing a tail. Possession once again. Beautiful footwork and control. A back footer. Just a little off power, which switches possession. 2 Red Stars intercepted by Air Force once again. Number 7, striker. And the referee calls it. That's a free kick awarded in favor of Air Force. Just off the penalty box. Solid position to nail a goal. Number 16 and number 7 lining it up. Red Stars opting for a 4-man wall. Will it be good enough to stop the strike? It moves in, well dodged by the defense. Still in the danger zone. But by a nifty trick, Red Stars manages to keep the ball off the goal, not allowing Air Force to score a strike early off in this match. It's Air Force on the strike once again. Number 18, good hustle play marked by 2 Red Stars defensemen. And that is a corner awarded. That is not a corner. I'm sorry, but it's a goal kick. Awarded 2 Red Stars. It's Red Stars in control once again, taking their time and gradually working their way through the field as Air Force intercepts yet another long ranger. These long ranges aren't going to take Air Force that far if they continue to feed it off to positions where their players aren't intervening. Some of these players, 30 plus years of age, well experienced. Air Force with a good kick in. Red Stars defense reads it and the referee blows a whistle. That's a free kick awarded to Red Stars. A big blow onto front field by the Red Stars mid-linesman. Air Force this time with the free kick. Good delivery. Just a little too far. Unable to get a hold of either number 7 or number 14 of Air Force. Love the way Air Force is holding their defensive line, making sure at least 3 men are on the back, not letting Red Stars get an opportunity. Caught offside is Red Stars. Referees being very critical about the decisions they're making, especially after the blunder we saw in the previous match between Renown and Super Sun. Air Force intercepting the Red Stars throw in. Things don't seem to be getting dangerous for Red Stars as this man is steaming ahead, creating an opener. Straight onto the goalie. Poor decision by the Red Star striker. All he had to do was just flick the ball and it could have been the goal Red Stars was looking for. But instead opted to kick straight at the goalie. And the goalkeeper is down, I believe, the striker's foot. Yes, indeed, the goalie's abdomen has been struck at the foot of the Red Star striker. Red Stars seem to be posing quite a threat for these all full-time football players. These boys from Durga Town are forced to be reckoned with. Even though they're new to this league, they're staying up to par with the other teams. Air Force seem to be warming up 3 more players, trying to get them into the game as well. All 3 forces play quite well on strategy and substitution. We've seen this played before, even against a match between Navy and Army, and Air Force is doing nothing short of the same. Red Stars looking for a long range, well placed. Deflected off by the Air Force defense. Red Stars keep on using these long range strikes. Some work in their favor, but some futile. Those that do work in favor are definitely a threat to Air Force. Red Stars with an opener. Air Force just continue to step into the danger zone. It's a fun Jibola on the floor there. Quick to shake things off and get back on his feet. As the referee awards a throw-in in favor of Air Force. Rohan Fernando controlling things for Air Force. Moves the ball up front. Red Stars reads it well. And breaks the offensive line. It's coming to Ishan to challenge Red Stars. Too wide there on his strike. Lead-footed is coming to Ishan. It's coming to Ishan on the ball once again, driving it off right field. Challenged well by Mohammad Badran. Coming to Ishan, striker, trying to reach the ball once again. But it's nicked off by Dilakshan. It was just on the nick of time that the goalie got his hands on the ball there.
Yeah, Air Force not having the best of runs this season. Generally a team who fight it out until the last couple of weeks for the title. This time around languishing in 12th. They got some really brilliant talent who are representing Sri Lanka at the moment. Like stuff Kamidu Ishan, Jivanta Fernando, Chaturanga Fernando, and still they were not able to climb that table. They had played some good football, however have come across some unexpected losses which put them in 12th position. Red Star.
Good feed off by Mohammad Badran, but caught offside. It's a goal kick awarded to Red Stars. Ahmed Adil. I apologize, that was Ruan Arunosiri, the goalkeeper of Air Force.
Yeah, Arnasri have already made two crucial saves. One right at the start and another about 10 minutes into the game. If not, Air Force would be down by 2. Red Star, even though this game was to be played in Kalutara today and was changed to Sugat Das Stadium just last evening due to the unavailability of the Vernon Fernando Stadium. They were really not happy. However, they have turned up for this game and gonna battle it out in Colombo.
Red Stars playing a very smart game, spreading out the field, opening things up and then moving for a long ranger. Hamid unable to keep possession of the ball as the Air Force gains it. Good strike upfield. Tried to connect with Chaturanga Kavindu Ishan, but didn't get the play to work. Looks to connect. Kavindu Ishan does. Moves it up for the striker as Red Stars. Mohammad Badran making sure Air Force is nowhere near the goal. Free kick taken by Callum Pereira, I believe. Not really the best of placements. Afonso Gibola trying to keep the ball in play, but loses it. Air Force big throw in. Ahmed Adil. Red Stars once again on the striking end. Right to center to left, left to center to right. Good game of spreading out the field. Working the Air Force players. Testing their stamina, making them run about. This could be a good opener for Red Stars as they're intercepted. The referee asked the Air Force striker to stand up and he's given a red card. The first red card this evening is given off to Chaminka Dilhara of Air Force. That was quite a late strike. Bit of an argument with the referees once again. The Air Force players seem to be quite unhappy about that red card. A warning could have sufficed, but the referee saw it as a clean, late, delayed foul. The red card is the way the referees decided the game would go. That's exactly what was taken off the pocket. Air Force quick to shake things off and decide on their defensive approach to this penalty awarded. Free kick awarded very close to the penalty line. Red Stars lifted it up just off the upper post of the goal. Nicked off by Air Force. Lucky save there. Sigh of relief for the Air Force fans as another big blow comes in. But it's defended by Ruan Arunasiri. Ruan this time opted for quite a long range, which ended up giving Red Stars also a goal kick. And driving it off this time from the right flank is Red Stars. But Air Force quick to get their feet on the ball. Red Stars playing quite a physical game. And Air Force not taking any of the drama Red Stars is throwing at them. Selling it well is the Red Stars player. Afanju Jibola refusing to get back on his feet till the referee blows the whistle. You talk about drama, you think Neymar, but we've also got a Jibola here. Red Stars back on a striking phase. Army heading on. Every attempt to move the ball upfield. Red Stars with quite a paced game for themselves. Ribola. Over to Mohammad Badran, who passes it off back to Jibola, who ups for a long range, intercepted by Air Force goalkeeper Ruan Arunasiri. Ruan trying his luck at connecting with Kavindu Ishan. Kavindu Ishan, quite a young player, but known for his speed. Kavindu was asking for an opener. Jibola. Badran this time. But the heat is still on. Slight deflection. Works in favor of the Red Stars goalie, Ahmed Adil. But Air Force is back at it with Ishan challenging two defensive linesmen of Red Stars. Air Force with a cross in. Badran to intercept. It's Red Stars. It's a steam engine. Vijay Singha for Red Stars, who passed it on to Jibola. Vijay Singha once again. Badran. Long range. Not really a planned long range, however. Air Force goalie just taunting the Red Star strikesman. Air Force and Red Stars using their physicality to face one another. Badran to Mohammad Rifazdeen. Rifazdeen to Mohammad Rameez. Red Stars with a big strike. Off angle that goes. But what a try by the strikeman. You don't really remember goals scored off short, but those long ranges are what will be remembered, and that's exactly what Red Stars is trying to go for. They're good at their long ranging passes. They might be equally as good in their goal scoring from long range. Badran challenging Air Force player. And that was Kamid Ishan drawing the foul for Air Force. Jibola arguing this time about the call. And the free kick could be taken either by Chaturanga or Shanaka. I believe it could be Shanaka. Vijay Sena. And it was Kamid Ishan that finally gets touch of the ball. Red Stars hustling well, trying to sell another foul. Players of both teams with a brief breather. This kick will be taken by Red Star strikesman Badras. Big blow up front, dodged well by the Air Force defense. Good back footer, Redis Manuel. Kavindu Ishan putting in much effort to drive this Air Force team to a goal. As Red Stars pulls yet another long ranger. Badras off the back of Kavindu Ishan, and later on dodged off by the Air Force player, granting Red Stars a throw-in. Bit of fancy footwork there by Ismail Abu. There was a big blow by Jibola, but the foot didn't really land right on the ball in midair. Ruan Arunasiri on the ball once again. Moves back for a big time long ranger, I believe. That is exactly what he delivers, as it's well challenged by both the Red Stars. and Air Force players.
There's been too many stop starts in this game. It looks as if we played more than an hour, whereas it's only 30 minutes on the clock, 35 and counting. Red Star players have gone down clutching. Head, knees, chest. Referee Taranga having the best of views. Haven't called it a foul. It will be a throw-in for Air Force. It's two heads colliding as both go for the ball. Not intentional. So Air Force have all the right to play this ball.
Game continues as Air Force gets a hold of the ball. Coming to Ishan, loses it. But it's Air Force once again doubling up on their performance. The offensive man receiving it well. That was Ismail Abu for Red Stars. Controlling his pace well and heading it right onto his feet. Sadly, the Air Force defense was right on him. Badran. Big strike to Ismail Abu. Air Force man to man. Loses the ball as Abu. Abu with good hustle play against two Air Force defenders. Vijay Singh holding true. But it's coming to Ishan who gets the ball this time. Coming to Ishan lacking support from his Air Force companions. One man cannot drive an offensive force. You need support. You need men on your backup. As the foul is drawn off ball. And we are back with the game as Air Force keep on losing possession to these Darga Town lads. A big blow of air. The referee saw it and awards a free kick in favor of Air Force. Drawing that in was Madhushan Fernando. Love the coordination play by Air Force. A team that sticks together, works together, and basically lives together. The connection, chemistry working strong for Air Force. This Darga team, Darga Town team, however, quick on their feet and upping the game for Air Force. As they move in for a good cross in. Still in the danger zone, big blow. Ruan Arunasiri read that really, really well. That could have been a game-changing moment. Kamidushan. Running like a roadrunner as if his tail is on fire, chasing every single Red Stars player that gains possession. As Badran passes it on to number 8. Badran seems to be the man controlling the game for Red Stars. Abu trying to get a hold of the ball. Red Stars with an opener. Goalie of Air Force taking a knee and falling back. Brief break for players of both teams. Bit of time for the players to powder their noses and get back refreshed. Red Stars seem to be having a slight bit of height advantage going into the game. Headers could be a big challenge for Air Force to match up with. Ruan Arunasiri. But it's Ishan with the ball. Air Force on the strike once again. Mohammad Ramiz is the man to pull him off as a free kick is granted to Air Force. Referee asks for a bit of support for the Air Force player that is down and out. Not sure if it's a hamstring injury or an injury caught off camera. Less than a minute left of regulation time in the first half of this game. Perhaps a minute and a half or two would be added on the clock for injury time. And the referee signals it's 3 minutes of added time we'll be moving into, as Air Force is granted a free kick. A big blow. What a strike by Air Force. Nailing the first goal of the game is Kavidu Ishan. The Roadrunner chasing each and every Red Stars player that had the ball. Finally got his shot at glory, as he gets a goal up on the boards for Air Force this evening. Game continues quite fast as Badran reads his man onto the right. Ball moved on to the left flank of the field. Red Stars quick to make a comeback. The speed at which you're looking to make a comeback could cost due to a few hasty decisions, so they have to play with both speed and smartness. Arunasiri with another big ball. Kavindishan with the ball, going for another strike, but defended well by the Red Stars defense. This right flank drawback plan of Red Stars is starting to become a bit too predictable. They choose to go on with the right end of the field, left end completely left wide open. Vijay Singer, we saw him earlier, quite like a steam engine. He has the speed to match up. So Vijay Singer could be a wise decision Red Stars would make to score a goal of their own. Kavidushan is looking to receive the ball once again and maybe score another goal for Air Force, but Red Stars, their typical right wing play, led off the field this time. Awarding Air Force a throw-in. And the referee blows the whistle. Match concludes with 45 minutes of regulation time plus 3 minutes of added time. Kavindu Ishan with a late goal in for Air Force. The first goal of the match. Well read, well placed. The free kick that changed things up for Air Force. Moving into halftime, the happier team, I believe, will be Air Force, as they can move into the second half on perhaps a defensive mindset. We will see you once again as the game continues. See you on the other side after this short break.
රෙඩි ඔලිබරපු යාල්පානතිල්ල
මාතර කොටවිල ගම්පියසට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. සිද්ධාස ඇඩ්මොරටුව පියගම මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ ක්‍රීඩාංගණය
කිලක්කු මාහාන
Sugadadasa Indoor Stadium
is the Fox Hill Supercross.
Kurunagala City Atugal Puravare
Papare.com අපි අද ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නේ නෝරෙලිය ප්‍රදේශයට.
Final Showdown Candy Sports Club
පොරණරුව ජාතික සංකීර්ණයේ සිට රෙඩි ඔලිබරපු යාල්පානතිල්ල
මාතර කොටවිල ගම්පියසට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා.
සිද්ධාස ඇඩ්මොරටුව
පියගම මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ ක්‍රීඩාංගණය
කිලක්කු මාහාන
Sugatadasa Indoor Stadium
is the Fox Hill Supercross.
රුණෑගල සිටි ඇතුගල් පුරවරය
ThePapare.com අපි අද ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නේ නෝරෙලිය ප්‍රදේශයට.
ෆයිනල් ෂෝඩවුන් කැන්ඩි ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ක්ලබ්
පොළොන්නරුව ජාතික සංකීර්ණයේ සිට නේරඩි ඔලිබරපු යාල්පානතිල්ල
මාතර කොටවිල ගම්පියසට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා.
සිරිපදාස ඇඩ්මෝරටුව
ඊයගම මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ ක්‍රීඩාංගණය.
කිලක්කු මාහන
Sugatadasa Indoor Stadium
is the Fox Hill Supercross.
රුණෑගල සිටි ඇතුගල් පුරවරය
ThePapare.com අපි අද ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නේ නෝරෙලිය ප්‍රදේශයට.
ෆයිනල් ෂෝඩවුන් කැන්ඩි ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ක්ලබ්
පොළොන්නරුව ජාතික සංකීර්ණයේ සිට
මේ දන්නවද?
මොකද්ද?
ඉස්සර කැප්ටන් කරලා.
දන්නවා.
මේ අතුසිංහ ලංකාවට නෝට්.
දන්නවා.
ට්‍රේන් ඩික්සන්
දන්නවා. දන්නවා. දන්නවා.
ඊයේ රග්බි මැච් එක. එතකොට සුරංග ලක්මල් කියපු දේ දන්නේ නැහැ නේද? ඕකනේ කියන්නේ පපරෙත් එක ගියා නම් ඔහොම ස්ටක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ.
ක්‍රීඩා පුවත් සිංහලෙන් www.thepapare.com වෙබ් අඩවියට පිවිසලා සිංහල භාෂාව තෝරාගන්න. ක්‍රිකට්, රග්බි, පාපන්දු, වොලිබෝල්, මලල ක්‍රීඩා, පැසිපන්දු විතරක් නෙමෙයි වෙනත් ක්‍රීඩා සහ විශේෂාංග ලිපි උනත් The Papare සිංහල තුලින්. ඇයි අපේ වීඩියෝ පිටුව ක්‍රීඩාව හා සම්බන්ධ දහසකුත් එකක් වීඩියෝ, සම්මුඛ සාකච්ඡා, ඒ වගේම ඇසිදිසි, රග්බි පිටිය, පිටියේ කතා, ස්පෝර්ට්ස් මසාලා වගේ සතිපතා ජනප්‍රිය විශේෂාංග නරඹන්න. ඔබේ පරිගණකයෙන්, ටැබ් එකෙන්, එහෙමත් නැත්නම් ස්මාර්ට්ෆෝන් එකෙන් ලබා ගන්න ඔබට ලේසියෙන්ම පුළුවන්. The Papare සිංහල ක්‍රීඩා පුවත් ඩිජිටලීකරණය.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this nail-biting game between Red Stars and Air Force. Week 13, Dialog Champions League 2018. The third game this evening on the 27th. A match that definitely kept both fans and players on their feet. Air Force ending things off in the first half with a free kick that put their name up on the boards with a goal. Red Stars kicking things off in the second half. Abu hustling well. Tries to feed the ball to the man on the right. Jivaka Fernando making sure the ball doesn't reach the intended player. Badran lifting his foot up. I believe his knee hit the hamstring. Of the Air Force player, but shook it off soon enough. Red Stars making a run for their money. Not sure where the final strike will come in from, as these Red Stars players are swiftly moving the ball over from the left end to the right end of the field. Will be Air Force with the throw in. A good back footer there. Ball drawn up front. The striker of Air Force, Givante Fernando, making quite a run to intercept the ball. Missed it up. Kavidu Ishan with yet another near finisher. Slight angle onto the left, weighted onto the left, would have secured a second goal for Air Force. Red Stars once again on the attack. A little too predictable on the passes. Mohamed Nuski with the throw in. It's Jibola moving the ball up about as Hassan gains possession. Hassan helps support his player, move the ball up front, but the Air Force defense manages to get a hold of the ball before it was a little too late for Air Force to retaliate. Red Stars still on a striking phase, 24, going for a big strike. Jibola using his long legs to go for a long strike. Ruan Arunasiri this time, unchallenged. Air Force comfortably leading with a single goal. But these Red Stars players are known for making big time comebacks. Dargah Town boys. Badran kneeing the ball there. Received by Mohamed Nuski. Nuski to pass it upfield. Hassan loses possession, retains possession once again. Jibola trying to make something off the strike, but Air Force intercepts. Air Force seem to be having quite a hard time with the way these Dargah Town boys are running. Kavidu Ishan. Red Stars on the strike. The ball well passed up front. And that was going to go for goal. But deflected off the right post of the goal. Quite a reliever for Air Force as well as Ruan Arunasiri. Frustration on the nerves of these Red Stars players. They know they can outwork this Air Force defense as they look to make amends this time around. Quite a bit of fancy footwork as he passes the ball on to Jibola. Air Force to intercept once again. Ishan leading the strike. Ishan challenged by Badran. And it's Badran who secures things off for Red Stars. This is definitely a game which will take a lot out of the players. Jibola with the ball. Passes it on to the right flank, and that is Mohamed Ramiz. Air Force to intercept. Air Force leading another strike. Ishan quick on the pass. loses the ball as Badran gains possession and moves it off front. Possession keeps flipping back and forth from either of these teams. Vijay Singh throw into Mohammad Nuski, who goes for a long crossing, which missed its intended play. Went off the right end of the field for throw-in by Air Force. It was the foot of a Red Star player, Badran, I believe, who intercepted that throw-in. These boys all the way from Kalutara seem to have brought a lot of energy along with them as well. It's Mohammad Ramiz. He tried to flip things over and move for a strike, but the defensive walls of Air Force were not blocked as Ishan leads another strike that was intercepted. Jibola. Good clear opener for Red Stars. This could be a goal scoring chance. Dodged off by Air Force. Red Stars keep on getting opportunity after opportunity. Just don't have enough courage, energy or accuracy. I'm not unsure which one they're lacking to finish things off. But Air Force holding strong on their defense. Arunasiri backed well by his linesman. Jibola once again passes it on to Vijay Singh. Vijay Singh, I believe, was looking for Jibola. A big long range strike. Dismissed completely off the intended target as Arunasiri preps himself for yet another goal kick. Vijay Singh, tall man, long feet. Outrunning Jivanta Fernando. It will be Jivanta who will move on to a throw-in. Jivanta supported by Rohan Fernando, and Jivanta to move the ball upfield. Badran gets the best of it as Badran and Jibola double team on Rohan. It's Red Stars leading. Yet another offensive strike that was futile. Badran trying the left field for a change. Tamit Disanayaka. Air Force applauding the support they received from their companions to drive the ball off danger. Badran is the first to get his head on the ball. Turn things for Red Stars' favor. Rohan Fernando moves it upright. Ishan is in the clear. Pulled on well by the Red Stars defense. Trivandrum Fernando passes it on, goes for a long range. That just comes off target for Air Force. Badran with the ball once again. Badran to Jibola. Moves it up front for Ismail Abu. Looking to make a cross in. Headed well. Goes for another cross in. Beautifully headed by Jibola. But Arunasiri saves yet another for Air Force. Arunasiri, Ruan Arunasiri rather has been the golden player for Air Force. Saving many goals that could have been dodged off. These light injuries are definitely adding time for players to get a hold of their breath, drink some water, refresh themselves up, and get back in the game as fresh players. I believe it was Jiva Fernando who was escorted out of the field. Air Force were playing a 10-man game. Has it switched on to 9? Still a 10-man game for Air Force as Ishan tries to lead strike. Immediately dismissed by the Red Stars defense. Here's Mohammad Rifas Deen clearing things off for Red Stars this time. And Jivantu Fernando getting back into the game. Red Stars marking yet another opener. Saved by Air Force. Can't really predict who will move on as the victors of the game. Fans very unhappy about these injury breaks Air Force is taking. A lot of commotion from the audience. Red Stars still need to score a goal. It's Air Force on the lead. Red Stars understands that they need to make a goal, preferably in under a couple of minutes. Air Force warming up 3 more players. And we see Red Stars warming up a player as well. Arunasiri, another long range headed on well by the Air Force player. Ishan couldn't get to it in time. Player pulled down by Kavindu Ishan. Red Stars might have found its opener. Moves for a 360, but a 360 doesn't really guarantee much power behind your kick. It was Vijay Singh also trying a stroke of luck, but that too didn't have enough accuracy or energy to back it up. That was Vijay Singh with a clear push off back. Kavindu Ishan went on to yet another strike. The goalie saved it on the nick of time. This man, Mohammad Nuski, spreading things out for Red Stars from the very start. Coordination between Nuski and Vijay Singh could cause trouble for Air Force. But that's a connection they've not yet allowed to fall down properly as Red Stars looks to create a goal scoring chance. Good cross in. Jibola just off that strike. Red Stars players nodding their heads. Vijay Singh passes the ball on to Mohammad Ramiz. Ramiz in possession once again. Presses it up front, but it's Red Stars that manages to draw the free kick in. Quick substitution made for Red Stars. It'll be Vijay Singh who will be moving out and replaced by number 10 Faisal. Red Stars has 2 men spotting the ball, and it'll be Badran who goes for the strike. Not sure what his intention there was. I believe he was either going for goal or a cross in, but a slight hesitation caused it to just flick off in a manner that he did not intend, as Arunasiri sends the ball flying back onto the Red Stars half of the field. Ball in the hands of Mohammad Ramiz. It's Jibola who passes it on to Badran. Jibola with the ball once again. Each and every attempt, Red Stars manages to get the ball up front. Air Force answers back with a defense of their own. It's Red Stars on the strike. What a beautiful attempt! Off the top post of the goal. Curved in well. But just a couple of inches off. Red Stars showing much life, passion and love for the game. That shot would have been one to be remembered for ages if made. Red Stars definitely using the height to their advantage. And it's Ishan going for a big time ball. That was maybe just a little too far off for his comfort. Faisal, the freshman in, led the strike quite well as Dilakshan pushes off the Air Force strikesman. Red Stars once again in control of the ball. Ramiz, Faisal trying to make something out of his possession, but it's Ishan who's leading a strike for Air Force once again, challenged by Badran and the referee blows it. It's a free kick awarded to Air Force. Heavy arguments by the Red Stars players. Ishan seems to have taken a bit of a hit on his shin, but Badran stating that he did not have anything to do with the foul there. It'll be Air Force going for yet another strike, and that one is just a bad miss. Should have been Ishan, the man that scored the first goal for Air Force, that should have taken that hit, but Ishan, with a clear injury onto his shin, chose to stand back and let his teammate take the strike. As Red Stars tries to go in for a quick move, but Air Force defense once again holding them back.
He seems to be quite a smart person. He remembers team names, player names.
It's Red Stars on the strike once again, going for goal off the right post. What an opening that was for Red Stars. The goalkeeper did not expect that either. As Air Force goes down once again, drawing a foul. Air Force is either playing a smart game or playing the match with wounded horses, as fouls keep on being drawn for Air Force. They understand that they're playing on the field with 10 men, so they might be trying their luck at running the clock. But this sort of play is definitely enraging the Red Stars players as well as the fans. Not exactly what you'd call a beautiful game of football, but rather one which is targeted at victory. Ar-Rasiri falls back for another large strike. Intercepted by Red Stars. Air Force Jivanta Fernando marked by two Red Star strikesmen. Jivanta with a throw-in, long ranger. Faisal to move it in favor of Red Stars. Abu quick on his feet as the ball moves freely. And it's Chaminder Dilhar who moves it off field, and Red Star still in possession. Abu crossing things off, trying something fancy, maybe a little too fancy, which led the ball to move off field. Badran, and that was Jibola. This time it's Mohan Nuski. Passes things off up front. Header not quite on target. But Red Stars looking to make a name for themselves as Air Force lifts yet another hand. Red Stars in control of the ball. Badran moving things about for Red Stars, trying the left flank. It's Abu on the run. Good cross in, pushes the man back. Goes for a shot at goal, but ends up on the left end of the net and moves away. Substitution will be made for Air Force. Chamita Disanayaka will be coming in for Madhushan Fernando. Ten-man team, yet a 10-man strong team. Less than 12 minutes left in the game. Red Stars seem to be getting a little desperate on striking. But this Air Force team not leaving any loose ends as Ishan looks to make a second goal. Intercepted well. The goal is quick onto his feet as he lodged the ball off. And it's Badran who loses the ball. You notice the desperation amongst these players by the way they run. Red Stars seems to be showing a lot of it. They know the clock is ticking and Air Force is up by 1 goal. They need to make things connect. They need to create an equalizer for themselves. Going off for a long ranger is Badran. But Arunasiri gets hold of it as protects it from strikesman of Red Stars. This team, Red Stars, relying heavily on Badran. Man with the fluffy hair. It's Jibola trying to move it from the center. Quite a good try by Ismail Abu. Ismail Abu, the man known for striking critical goals for Red Stars, is missing out on much. And Air Force draws yet another injury. Time and time again, taking turns, these Air Force players seem to keep on dropping. Badran seeking a man deep. Ends up not using that pass. Favor of themselves is Red Stars as Mohammad Ramiz controls the ball to Jibola. Jibola to Badran. Badran back to Jibola. Jibola passes it up front, intercepted by Air Force. Big strike. Ishan trying to gain possession. Ishan, quick pass and run up front. Ishan to intercept. Maybe a little less power. Could have given them an opener for a second goal. Nuski passing it well about as Air Force Kamindu Ishan seems to be lacking quite a lot of support up front, but I guess it's a tactic Air Force is playing this evening, leaving Kamindu Ishan in front and playing a defensive game. Holding back these Red Stars players from scoring goals and relying on Kamindu Ishan to score a second goal if opportunity is created. It's Kamindu Ishan who swings his arm about, hits the goalie, but the referee signals it as not a foul as Badran. Typical controller for Red Stars. Nuski with the ball. Nuski moving the ball upright. A big cross in. But that attempt is also failed. Red Stars on the strike yet again. Badran passes it on to Ali Hassan. Ali taking his chances on the right to Nuski. Nuski back to Ali. Badran once again with control of the ball. It's Mohammad Ramiz who passes it onto midfield. A big kick could have scored a goal for Red Stars. But it's Air Force doubling things around as Ishan gets hand off the ball once again. Kamindu Ishan running his usual pace. Both Air Force and Red Stars marking their men very well. Not allowing either team any chances. They know this game will be decided on the few mistakes one or the other would make. And avoiding them is exactly what both Red Stars and Air Force is doing this evening. We've come down to the final few minutes of regulation time. Air Force working their plan well. I believe Red Stars is also aware that the clock is running down. Abu trying to cross in. Hassan to Ismail, but it's Ishan on a run once again. 3 against 1. I believe there was a slight pull of the jersey, but the referee did not see it. And this time it's Mohammad Ramiz. The ball just reached in the back foot of the player. Air Force also holding strong. pulling off players, and Red Stars players just not having enough energy to finish things off, I believe. They keep getting opportunities time and time again, but they just don't seem to have what it takes to finish things off. Less than 3 minutes left of regulation time. Nuski passing the ball up front as the crowds having a bit of fun of their own. Ali Hassan connecting with Badran. Air Force this time backing things off. They've got Ishan also in the back. Badran with a long ranger. Red Star still has enough time as the fourth official referee signals out 6 minutes of added time. Arunasiri, big blow. Intercepted both by Badran as well as Callum Pereira. Badran, another big blow up front, which is intercepted, and it's Ishan. The strike once again. Players fumbling around, maybe trying to draw a foul. And that was Chaturanga Fernando for Air Force, who moved the ball up front and then later on messed it up. Ishan still on the floor as Red Stars makes their move. Cross in. Arunasiri with yet another save for Air Force. Red Stars itching for a single goal, but Air Force not allowing them any space at it. This could be Red Stars' chance. Clear opener, yet blocked away by the Air Force defense. What another save by Arunasiri. This goalkeeper is one to watch. A quick substitution made for Red Stars. As another Air Force man goes down for the count. Arunasiri making sure the ball is nowhere near the Air Force goal. Red Stars perhaps trying a different strategy as this time they go on for center strike, headed on, caught offside. It'll be a throw in favor of Air Force. Givando Fernando with the throw in, intercepted by Red Stars. Badran on the ball, moves it on to the left field. Will they play it smart? Just possibly less than 3 or 2 minutes left in the game. Red Stars trying their level best. They're trying to score a goal, but somehow unable to break down the walls of Air Force as they're working in quite good coordination to block Red Stars from an opener as they go for long range. Both the long ranger as well as the ricochet shot blocked away by the Air Force defense. A proper game of strategy is exactly what you're witnessing here. Air Force playing their cards right. And the referee calls it in at full time. And in summary, Air Force drew in a red card early on, putting their team down to 10 men. And then, however, with just a couple of minutes left in the first half, a free kick awarded, taken by Kavindu Ishan, set up one goal on the boards for Air Force, and it was maintained. The defense of Air Force working quite smart, running the clock, and eventually leading to their overall win. As we come down to full time, Red Stars with 0 and Air Force with a single goal. And that's the final match for today, concluding week 13 of the Dialog Champions League, brought to you exclusively by the www.ThePapare.com. I'm Dinit Senaratne signing off along with Irshad Hasimdeen, Nawod Gunasekara, Nawod Vijay Vikrama and Ashwin Dias. It's a good night from us this evening.